I'm a physician and internist, and I have a master's in public health, and I'm speaking. I'm a member of Chesapeake Physicians for Social Responsibility and speaking for them as well as for the Crab Shell Alliance. Just as it is around the country, the spent fuel pools in our region, I'm from Baltimore, at Calvert Cliffs and Peach Bottom, there's several times the amount of radioactivity as the Daiichi number 4 spent fuel pool. Peach Bottom shares the Mark I design, like the Fukushima reactors, with the elevated spent fuel pool. Moreover, more and more of today's fuel is the radioactively hot or high burnup fuel. The consequences of a loss of electricity would be catastrophic. We can't say just because a tsunami is unlikely that a Fukushima-like disaster can't happen here. Peach Bottom is within 50 miles of my city, is at risk from a sudden dam failure, as are 33 other reactors in our fleet. Calvert Cliffs is 3 miles from the largest liquid natural gas terminal on the East Coast, where a large fire explosion could occur. Climate change may bring more superstorms up the coast, like Sandy. The NRC needs to require that spent fuel be moved out of the vulnerable spent fuel pools and into not just safer dry casts, which of course are safer because of the double advantage of passive cooling and smaller amounts of radioactivity per cast, but into hardened on-site storage, safe from airplane attacks, terrorists, and explosions. This should be required as soon as the fuel is cool enough to move relatively safely, rather than waiting, as it's done now, until the pools are too full to take any new spent fuel otherwise. But then we need to phase out nuclear power, because we have no foolproof plan to safely dispose of the waste. In 300 years, our land will be littered with high-level waste that is no longer theft-proof, as the shorter-lived isotopes disappear, leaving pure and pure plutonium waste. This is a nightmare for those of us who are concerned with the growing nuclear weapons proliferation risk we leave to the world, that we don't even know who will be left to govern. We imperil the future of our planet and our descendants. And we do this, my God, in order to boil water. We need the NRC to shepherd us out of this nuclear waste mess as responsibly and quickly as possible. Spend fuel into hardened on-site casts. Stop making new waste as soon as possible. Transition out of nuclear and out of coal and into efficiency, 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 solar and wind. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm Katrina McMurrian, and I represent the Nuclear Waste Strategy Coalition, which is an ad hoc organization representing the collective interests of member state utility regulators, consumer advocates, tribal governments, local governments, electric utilities, and other public and private stakeholders on nuclear waste policy matters. Our group's primary focus is to protect consumer payments into the Nuclear Waste Fund and to support the removal and ultimate disposal of used nuclear fuel and high-level radioactive waste currently stranded at sites across the United States. Therefore, our members follow the issue of waste confidence closely, and we are grateful for this and other numerous opportunities provided by the NRC for stakeholder input before making a final decision. We compliment the Directorate's outreach efforts as well as their ability to adhere to the schedule laid out by the Commission. We underscore the importance of maintaining the schedule so that NRC licensing decisions will not be unduly delayed. Finally, we encourage the NRC to facilitate waste removal and permanent disposal by complying with the Nuclear Waste Policy Act and moving expeditiously to completion of the Yucca Mountain license application. Such actions will go a long way toward giving our members, other stakeholders, and the public the assurance that the federal government will make good on its promises. Thank you.
Thanks, Katrina. With us?
Yes, I am, sir.
Okay. Well, if Jane does appear, could you let us know?
Yes, I will. Thank you.
Okay. Great. Okay, we're going to come back to the room, and we're going to go to